Okay, Mr. Fire Truck Man, baby. Okay, I have to go now. Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, bye-bye.
Fire truck man, baby? What the heck is that?
Oh, that was my nephew. He's 3. He's adorable. Man, I really want kids. Like, do you think I could, like, buy a kid on Amazon or something? Look, I think I would be a really good dad. I've read a lot of parenting books. Okay, so I've read a lot of comic books about parenting. But that's basically the same thing, right? It transfers. Huh? Come on, give me a baby.
Yeah!
Okay, obviously, I don't really know that much about having kids. But if child rearing is anything at all like what's outlined in the manga Yotsuba, it's got to be a real treat. The story follows Yotsuba, a little girl who has just moved with her adopted father to a new house in a new town in Japan. Yotsuba is about 4 years old at the start of the story, meaning that she knows almost nothing about anything. She's keen-eyed and curious, though, and her daily adventures are an exercise in fascination. And that's pretty much all there is to talk about in terms of plot. Sure, there's a pretty large supporting cast. Yotsuba's dad, all his friends and co-workers, their next-door neighbors, the guy who makes noodles down the street, the clerk at the bike store, but quite honestly, the other characters don't matter. After all, Yotsuba is our main character, and really what sort of high drama is a 4-year-old going to get into?
Why don't you ask Fire Truck Man, baby?
3 years old, and he already has a cooler job title than I do. There's one thing Yotsuba's got in spades, and that's charm. Yotsuba approaches everything with this wide-eyed enthusiasm that's nearly pandemic in its infectiousness. Everything is completely brand new to our protagonist, and I mean everything. Hot air balloons, camping trips, making pancakes, even air conditioning. Every single thing Yotsuba encounters is exciting to her because she's never seen anything quite like it. Now, I don't read a lot of manga, as I often find the artwork somehow simultaneously cluttered and overly simplistic. Yotsuba shows me that I might just be reading the wrong books. The artwork here is one of the major selling points. These backgrounds are almost pornographic in detail. Not actually pornographic because that would be super sketchy. But they're highly technical and they're hardly stylized at all. The intense attention paid to recording the tiniest features of a blade of grass or the contours of a cloud help the reader to see the world as Yotsuba herself sees it. Completely fascinating and more wonderful than anything. A work in translation is always going to have some problems, especially when it comes to translating wordplay, so comedic work suffers a lot more. A lot of the comedy that is present in Yotsuba comes from how this young child mispronounces words. You know how it is. We've all been there, speaking another language. You swap one letter around with another, and instead of talking about the rain, you accidentally compliment some woman's breasts. There are a few running gags in Yotsuba that just don't translate into English, but several plot points require miscommunications to be consistent from volume to volume, something the translation doesn't allow. This is hardly a game breaker, but the footnotes explaining Yotsuba's misunderstandings will keep you keenly aware that you're reading a comic book at all times, hardly conducive to an immersive experience. Also, if you're looking for depth in storytelling, you're not going to be satisfied by Yotsuba. At all. There's almost no real conflict, no suspense, and very few ongoing plots that feel like they have much consequence. The most serious thing to ever befall our protagonist after 12 volumes of stuff is that one time a dog slobbered on her teddy bear. Kiyohiko Azuma's writing makes this moment feel momentous, but it's pretty light fare for anyone who's been reading Game of Thrones style intrigue. Yotsuba is probably not for everyone, but it's so cute and charming that there's almost no reason not to try it. I give it an arbitrary number rating of 7 Berry-Geras out of 10. I had an English teacher who used to say that some books are bran muffins, good for you but hard to get down, and some are Twinkies, delicious, but you don't want to know what they're doing to you. Yotsuba's probably something like a super thick hot cocoa. Yeah, it's gonna make you sick to your stomach sometimes, but at the same time there's nothing more comforting on a cold day. Hey, yeah, is this that Russian website that sells children? No, children. Hey, look, if I wanted a wife, I'd go on a date. I just want a kid. Fine. Hey, Flanagan, let me look on eBay.
We're reviews versus the world.
What do you want, guys? It's winter.